here to help, Sarah. If you've got any problems, come straight to me.
Come on, we're wasting our time. A few more days in here, you might start to see reason.
I certainly hope it won't come to that.
You would have come down on a white kid like a ton of bricks if they'd spoken to you like that. It's racist. Inverted, mind you, but still racist.
Yes, you're right.
She's on the stretcher, Simpson.
Just wanted to see that we cooked her favourite, Miss Ferguson. To see.
Get outside! Oh, just trying to be nice. Get out!
It was a hitch-up somewhere. It's bureaucracy at its
Are
worst.
you sure?
Lisa, if you'd cooperated from the start, this... Killed him. I'm sorry.
Why did you tell Maxwell I was in on the deals?
I didn't.
Oh, really? Did a little fairy tell her?
Look, I only told her what you said
Oh,
to tell her. I
stop
didn't.
snivelling, Adams. You've got a lot to learn, and you better learn pretty damn quick, understand?
No, actually, I don't understand.
Then I'll tell you. You've got 10 minutes to place those bets with the TAB. Do it. And you mess me around again, and you kiss that uniform goodbye. Now do you understand?
What if the governor found out and I lose my job? Where does that leave you?
Precisely where I've always been. You're very easily replaced.
Oh, bloody hell, she slashed her wrist!
Get out of here.
Is she going to be all right?
Just get back to work.
She will
Oh, she will be all right if you get out.
Oh, sorry.
Come on, Larry, come on. Oh. Oh, God. I feel terrible. I should have tried harder to check on her.
We all should have.
She's one mess.
Lisa, will you say something?
All do once if I talk too much. And what can I do if you're not going to talk to me?
Are you in pain? Lisa, please.
What is it? Can't what, sister?
It's all right, Lorelei. What's wrong?
She's saying she can't speak.
We think you're okay. Yeah, anyone who sticks it up the screws is #1 in our book. Here, grab a seat.
Come on, you can sit down here with me. Wouldn't sit with white scum if you paid me.
Oh, I reckon.
I told you, I'm not sharing with no black bull. You screw sucking, gin smelling, stinking. Oh! Oh! Stinking abo bitch, you're gonna pay for that.
I want to use the electric saw.
I told you not to interrupt me when I'm working.
But that one's too slow.
Yeah, well, it suits you. You're not allowed to because of your tablets.
But I'm not sleepy.
This is the workshop.
I already told you I don't want to work.
That's right, Mr. Jackson, wasting your time trying to get a boon to work that's against their religion.
Get stuck, Gub. Wouldn't work with white scum if you paid me.
enough.
No! You make the spirits angry. No!
That's enough.
Mr. Jackson, I've got to go to the loo. I'm busted.
No, don't be ridiculous.
I'll get back to work, the lot of you.
The goods that are made here can be sold to the outside or visitors, and the money goes into release.
I tell you, that black bitch is going to pay for hitting me this morning.
Yeah, well, count me in. You got any plans?
Yeah, we need another couple of women to help grab her.
Oh, easy. I reckon some of the girls are paid to have a crack at her.
Hey, Lober Lips, how do you make a wetsuit out of a bull?
Get stuck.
You pay for the stuff
You
out of
just
it.
try
and
and
sit
sit
on
on
the
the
side.
You and you're in charge, Simpson. You know, I don't reckon she's got a sense of humour.
Listen, see how many women you can grab, all right? We're going to teach that darkie to show some respect.
The girl's suffering from hysterical aphasia. She feels guilty about the boyfriend's murder, thinks that she's to blame because she gave that woman his address.
But she couldn't do anything else. Her life was in danger.
Rationally, you're quite correct. But the subconscious is a different matter. She associates her ability to speak with the cause of his death.
What sort of treatment will she need?
We need to convince her that she's not to blame. And there's a couple of ways to do that. We can use hypnosis or sedatives to make her take suggestion more easily, or we can just wait until she's ready to talk again. Has she got any friends in the prison?
I think she gets on well with the others. Glover was her closest friend.
That's the undercover policewoman. Her best friend turns out to be a cop and her boyfriend gets killed. That's enough to give anyone problems.
There are others who could help.
Good. Then I suggest we get her back amongst them as soon as possible. There's nothing wrong with her physically, so she'll be able to carry out her normal activities. If she lies up here all day, she'll only get worse. Lisa, we're going to let you go back among the women. I explained to you before that it's not your fault that Lester was killed. I know how upset you are, but there's no point in blaming yourself. If you accept that, your voice will come back and you'll be able to talk to all your friends again. If you don't, you're going to make things difficult for everyone. I'll be back in a day or two to check up on you.
We still haven't heard anything about Lisa. I hope she's going to be all right.
Hey, do you want me to have a word with the governor?
She might bite your head off after the strike.
Yeah, but I told her where to go, didn't I?
What are you going to do about the bull?
Rita, I told you not to call her that.
A spade's a spade. Look, anyone who sticks it up the screws is #1 in my book. But if she starts getting uppity about mixing in with the girls, she's asking for
Right, away
trouble.
from the machines, you lot. Over there. Go on.
What's going on?
A search, Connors. Get on with it.
Hey, but we had one yesterday.
And you'll keep on having them while ever there's contraband in the prison.
Get the skinny.
Unload the skip, Jenkins.
Oh, but it's full of dirty nappies.
Well, you can thank your smart aleck friend for that.
It's ammonia, you'll get sick.
Smells like alcohol to me. What do you know about it, Wilkinson? Come on, speak up. All right, you're all on report.
Oh, how'd you know it was us?
Don't bleat, Jenkins. If you won't tell me who it is, then you all get punished for it.
Oh, and you'd hate that, wouldn't you?
They were very thorough on this sort of thing at the training school. You wouldn't believe some of the places they hide contraband. And it's always out in the open. Like that paper bag over there. Yes, well, that was just an example.
Usual. Drugs, alcohol, homemade weapons, money.
They never stop for a minute, do they?
We could have more spot searches.
That's why it keeps pouring in that worries me. We simply haven't got enough officers to cope with the situation.
Well, it wouldn't be a problem if we brought it in for them. Open a shop. Visitors wouldn't have to bring anything in. They buy it here. It'd save the officers wasting time searching gifts.
It'd certainly help.
Yeah, they tried it at Barnhurst. Officers take trustee prisoners out and buy stock for the shop and put an official prison stamp on it. Anyone caught with anything that doesn't have that stamp is in trouble. Wouldn't have to waste time on buy-up either.
Good experience for the women. Any ideas about who should run it?
Oh, I was just thinking of the security aspect for now. I could...
Governor, I think I found something.
Drugs.
Well, these women will try anything.
Keep up the good work.
Right.
I'll talk to the department about the shop. You got any ideas about how to stop that?
You any good with a tennis racket?
Shouldn't do that. I thought you was Aborigine.
Get back to work, girls. Stick to Bung Merle. It's easier and she likes it better. Bloody screws everywhere doing searches. Looney's really blown it. Yeah, well, fools shouldn't hide this stuff where the bloody screws can find it. Did you round up some women? Yeah. They're going to meet us near the gym soon as work finishes. Yeah, well, I've already got the stuff. Make sure James doesn't find out or she'll blab. Might go into business after all this. Do all the airbays a favour.
Okay, but just let me know if you change your mind.
Change it? I'd have to bloody well lose it to work with that chicken feed.
Suit yourself, you just get bored sitting around.
Thought they banned slavery.
Lucky you came along. Girls I like a bit of good passion. Get her into the cell. Still got a bit of fight. Tie her up while I get the paint.
Hey, take it easy. We're doing you a favour. You're going to be just like us.
Should have poisoned a lot of you when they had the chance.
At least well to see her in the dark. You've already lost your after-dinner recreation. If the contraband continues, you'll spend even more time locked up in your cells.
Oh, but Mrs. Reynolds, it's not fair blaming all of us just because a few of the women play up.
It's more serious than playing up, Jenkins. If you're genuine about looking after the women's interests, you'll make them realise that those few women are causing all the rest of them to lose their privileges. If you can't do that, then they're all going to learn the hard way. Is that clear?
Yes.
Now, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is that Lisa Mullins will be back shortly.
Do you mean she's got a voice back?
No, I'm afraid not. She's had a very bad shock. Might take some time.
Well, don't you think she should be getting treatment or going to the hospital?
She's been seen by a psychiatrist. He thinks the best treatment for her is to be back with her friends. Now, the officers will be keeping a very close eye on her. I want you to do the same.
Don't you worry, Mrs. Reynolds. We'll look after her, won't we, girls?
Now, don't fuss over her. Just make sure she feels welcome. The doctor's assured me it's not permanent.
Told you. She's so upset about Lester and now this.
I reckon she's bunging it on.
Yeah, I've heard of people going blind to get out, but not dumb. I still reckon it was a witch doctor.
Lisa feels responsible for the death of the most important thing in her life, and all you can do is accuse her of trying some con to get released.
What's it to you?
What's it to me? I should know how insensitive you can all be. My God, have you people
You're
got
a bloody nutcase. Lisa ain't.
Don't you say that about Kat. She's my friend. Kat's right. I saw her in hospital and she wasn't putting it on.
Are you sure you're all right?
Why don't you worry about a thing? We'll look after you.
What do you reckon, Vic? Best spray painting job I've ever done.
Yeah, well, I still reckon she needs a bit more panel beat.
Yeah, we've got to teach her that you can't go around hitting people, especially me. You ever lay a finger on me again, Bung, and you're dead. And I wouldn't get any ideas about lagging either, because we've got ways of dealing with lags.
Hey, you know what they call a bung with a good job who doesn't drink?
What?
A liar.
I hope you've learned your lesson, because next time we're not going to be so easy on you.
It sounds like an excellent idea.
I'll be recommending to the governor that you be in charge of the whole operation.
I'm flattered, Miss Ferguson.
Just
I think
listen,
you should
Adams, there'll be things that the women will want after we've taken away the contraband.
Like what?
Like things they shouldn't have, things that they will pay a lot for.
And they'll be paying us instead
Instead of those who shouldn't have it.
Won't that be risky? I mean, if the governor
The
found out...
governor won't find out, will she?
Look, I don't like this.
I'm not asking you to like it, I'm telling you. Now, if the governor were to find out about you and Maxwell, that would be the end of your career. As it is, your enthusiasm for setting up this shop will look very good on your record.
Will you be helping me to run it?
No, Maxwell will. She'll be the trustee for the shop, so it's up to you to convince the governor she's the right one for the job.
Oh, how the hell
Don't
am I...
snivel, Adams. Now, you and Maxwell will collect the stock for the shop, and I'll arrange for you to pick up the other things at the same time. You'll be paid a cut for your efforts, and I'll be around to see that you don't make a botch of it. Can you understand that? Or do I have to draw you a picture?
I always keep it when it wasn't there. Well, we'll look in the door. Now, are you sure you didn't leave it in the rec room?
I don't remember forgetting it, so it's got to be here.
You and I have to talk.
What do you want to talk about?
No, look, it might be fast if you look around the workshop. You might have dropped it. I'll look in here while I talk to Mr. Adams, okay?
You haven't got it, have you?
Go on, off you go now. I'll meet you back in the rec room.
What the hell's she on about?
Never mind. What are you so steamed up about?
Has Ferguson told you about the shop?
No, why? What's she up to?
Oh, she'll fill you in, I'm sure. The point is, she wants me to convince Reynolds to okay you for the trusteeship of the bloody thing.
Wonderful.
For you, yes. Not for me.
Well, I don't see that there'll be any problem. I've got the right credentials, and the length of my sentence should go in my favour, too.
Look, if I'm putting my head on the block for this operation, I want to make damn sure it isn't cut off.
Ferguson's smart. And you do trust me, don't you? I see.
It's not just you. It's the other women I'm
Why
worried about.
would they ruin things for themselves? It's the best thing that's ever happened to them.
Not for Simpson, it isn't. She gets one whiff of something underhanded, she'll bring the whole thing down on us.
No.
On me.
Nobody's going to listen to her.
They'd listen to anything at the moment if they thought they could get rid of me.
Getting a bit paranoid, aren't you?
Can you blame me?
Well, you'll just have to trust me after all, won't you?
He's dead, my fault. Oh, Lisa, come on. You can't keep blaming yourself. And if you hadn't have given that awful woman his address, it's you that would have been killed.
Yeah, we feel pretty bad for not looking after you. But we were so busy sticking it up the screws for letting Glover inside.
It's a pity it's not contagious. She's having you all on.
Anyone who gives you a hard time, you just let us know. You're not going through this on your own.
What's she saying?
Thank you for being my friends.
What the hell's going on?
I don't know, Mr. Jackson. She's mad, isn't she? No, just a bit heavy-handed with the makeup.
I suppose you all think this is very funny.
Oh, of course we don't.
Then who's responsible?
It was them, and I'll kill the bloody covers for it!
You lagging bitch.
Hold still, you stupid girl!
Don't need any bloody gubbers help.
Unless we get it off before it dries, it'll take weeks to get off.
Why don't you catch the people who did this instead of standing around gawking at me?
Simpson and McPherson claim they've been in the gym since they finished work, and a number of other women back up their story.
Well, they're liars.
Unless we get some kind of proof, it's your word against theirs.
Oh, you whiteys all stick together, don't you?
Miss Stout, are you sure you didn't see anyone taking paint from the workshop?
Oh, yes, Mrs. Reynolds. I mean, no, I didn't see anything.
You can never believe them, Mrs. Reynolds. They lie all the time.
Oh, yeah, it's in their nature.
Is that so? If it wasn't you two, then who was it?
She must have done it herself, trying to set us up.
And why would she do that?
Oh, you heard her. She hates Whitey. Thinks she's better than us.
But she decided to pick on you two rather than anyone else in the prison. Yes, what do you want?
We were worried about Sarah. Thought we might be able to help.
You can help by making sure it doesn't happen again. On your way, please.
Yeah, sure. You can count on us.
I want you both to stay away from West.
Oh, suits me, but I'm sharing with her.
You'll be moved by tonight.
Gee, thanks, Mrs. Reynolds. Beginning to smell like a humpy in there.
Any more racist remarks like that and you'll be on a charge. I'm already suspicious of your alibi. If I hear you've been antagonizing West, you'll both end up in solitary.
Terrible thing to do to anybody when the poor girl's skin must be red raw. I mean, black, oh, you know what I mean. You poor thing, we're going to have to take very good care of you.
If I hadn't let that Blackie woman in here, then you'd still have your tongue.
Merle, now, I've told you before, she had nothing to do with it. Now do you believe me?
Looks all right. It's not black or anything, but she might have put a spell on it.
Lisa's unhappy because of something that happened, not because of Sarah.
So why you hurt yourself? Well, then... Don't you hurt yourself again, because it's the only lolly I got left, all right?
Did you see Sarah Reid?
Still scrubbing her down. Renault's getting into McPherson and the Spider, but it looks like they weaseled out.
Well, what are we going to do about her lagging like that?
You're the top dog.
Oh, well, I was only asking to see what everyone else thinks.
She's only new. I mean, she'd hardly know the rules.
Well, if we teach her a lesson, she'll know next time. You want to punish her after that humiliation? Stopped you lagging again.
We'll have a vote. All those who think she should get off this time. Fair enough. She gets off.
Oh, you're all a pack of wimps. You're just backing down because she's black.
Get out of here! You've had your fun!
Oh, you better leave it till I have a talk to her.
What do you want? Another ticket to the sideshow?
Geez, you have plenty of buyers. The women are dying to use the loo.
They can get stuffed for all I care.
Oh, keep your socks on. I've got to have a talk to you, seeing as I'm top dog.
I've got nothing to say to any of you.
Well, you can listen then. You're bloody lucky. We're going to let you off for lagging, but it's only because you're new.
What do you want me to do? Kiss your feet and say, gee, thanks, missus?
The last woman that lagged in here got strung up in the dining room. We don't agree with what they done to you, but you don't lag to the screws. You got something needs fixing, you come to the top dog.
What are you going to do about it then?
Well, I reckon you're pretty well square.
Yeah, that'd be right. I get the treatment and they get a hard look from the head snowball. Call that square?
Well, we're not all like Spider and them. Well, you got to get to know us. Well, we got all types in here, and it doesn't matter that you know, different from the rest of us. Well, people get judged on what they do.
Save your sympathy. I don't want your help or your rules. So just go and shove it, Whitey.
What do you mean you're letting her off? We had a vote and that's the way it went.
I didn't get a vote.
Stiff.
But the bitch lagged.
You shouldn't have painted her white like that.
The joke's over. Lurch is telling her off about lagging, so the war's over, all right?
Bloody bong lovers. Come on, Vicky, I'll give you a game of pool before they give that to the Avos as well.
Simpson! I don't want to hear you use that word ever
Oh,
again.
you can't put me on a charge for saying
There are
bong.
plenty of others, though. Do you want to try? Very wise. Okay, buy-up orders?
Hey, wait a minute, some conditioner. We haven't had one for
Could be
ages.
the last one you'll be getting.
What do you mean?
I've suggested to the governor that we put a shop in the grounds and you buy your stuff there.
What's the catch? There's got to be one if it was your idea.
Well, you won't be getting presents from your visitors anymore unless they're bought at the shop. So there'll be no more CB radios and no more alcohol, Connors.
Who's going to be running this shop?
It'll be supervised by the officers and some prisoners will be involved.
We don't need it. What do you reckon, Vicky?
What you reckon doesn't really matter, Simpson. Now, fill out those forms and I'll collect them later. Maxwell, outside.
What for?
Just get outside.
This bloody shop could put me out of business.
Look, why don't you come with me to the kitchen? I'll see if Merv will give you some tucker.
I'm not hungry. Oh, Miss Dow, can I see you for a minute? You've been a nuisance, Jenkins.
Cripes, no, I was just trying to help.
I think I dropped something in the workshop where Mr. Jackson was showing me around before. And I was wondering
What
if
was it?
It was a photo of my step-parents. Miss Ferguson said I could have it, and it's all I got.
Well, come along and we'll have a look for it.
Oh, not you, Jenkins. And you leave West alone in future.
Well, it's really nice of you for doing this. They gave it to me when I left home. I don't know what I'd do if I couldn't find it.
Oh, well, come along and I'll help you look for it.
I walked over past those benches over there. It might be underneath.
Oh, well, I can't see it.
Well, I've looked everywhere else. Oh, here it is. Gee, thanks, Miss Stout. I don't know what I would have done without you.
You'll be the trustee for the shop. Adams will be the supervisor.
How are you going to get the other stuff?
You can collect it when you go out shopping. You'll have to find somewhere secure in here to hide it, though.
What's in this for me?
Cut of the profit, same as Adams.
How much?
We'll work out the details later.
Well, it seems to me as if I'm the person taking all the risks. I want 60%.
I've never known you to be funny, Maxwell.
No deal, then.
Plenty of other prisoners would be interested.
Oh, Simpson, you must be joking.
20% each for you and Adams.
Look, it's not worth the risk. I'm the one who cops the charges.
Take it or leave it.
30%.
It only leaves 10% for Adams. You got a deal.
We'll have to watch Simpson. She won't like this.
If she's a problem, she'll be taken care of.
Well, how the hell am I supposed to run a bloody business in here with them running a supermarket outside? Yeah, well, I'm already selling the fire stuff. I reckon the government is setting us up for growth.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, well, it still cuts into my business. What are you doing in here, Bull?
It's my cell.
Not anymore. I got Reno to chuck you out. You can move your stuff when I'm not here. Hey, Spider, you know what the other word for corrugated iron is, don't you? What? Do not. Haven't forgotten about you lagging either, you abo stinking bitch. Get out of here.
There are a few things I haven't forgotten about either.
Oh, yeah, that bath must have come as a real shock to you.
They must be there somewhere. God, if you were doing your job properly. Just keep looking, I'll get this. Wentworth Detention Centre. No, I'm sorry, she's not in her office at the moment. Can I take him? Just a minute. It's a call for you. Who's calling, please? Wendy Glover.
I'll take it in my office.
Well, if there aren't any there, go and look in the store.
Yeah, well, I reckon the shop's going to be great. It'll just be like taking a walk down to the corner store.
Oh, yeah, big deal. Whenever we feel like it, we just open the front door, take a walk down by the veggie garden front up to the tool shed, order a double malted and chat up the local spunks.
Jeez, what's up, you?
Reed, what's the matter?
Oh, well, this place just makes me unnaturally suspicious.
Hey?
What do you think about it? When did the freak ever do us a favour?
Look, you are silly if that's all that you're worried about.
Well, am I right or not?
Of course not. Well, maybe half right.
See, I told you.
I wish you'd make up your mind.
I don't imagine that Vicky and Spider and company are going to be too thrilled about the idea. I mean, after all, they've been robbing us blind for months.
Hey, you reckon they'll let us have a say in what they stock?
Well, you're the top dog. Talk to Reno about it.
Oh, yeah, I better write a list. Has anyone got a pencil?
I thought we were here to work. Oh, that'd be a change for you, love, wouldn't it?
Now, we're going to need a full range of magazines for a start.
Especially for us bikers. The old art has been a bit slack lately.
Oh, yes, and beauty hints and fashion, of course.
Hey, and some real juicy romances for me.
And new centerfolds to hide from the freak.
Oh, and comics for Merle and laces and ribbons
And
for
makeup.
Me. Oh, yes, and lipsticks and creams and perfume.
And headbands and bubblegum.
And chocolates.
I'm real sick, Carol.
God, you look terrible. How long have you been feeling like this?
It happened real quick, but I'm not the only one. Vicky and Spider are sick as dogs, too.
Where are they?
In the workshop. There's sick people everywhere in the corridor.
Jeez, must have been something they ate.
I gotta go.
Well, let's go find out what's going on.
supply of masks. Yes, we'll turn the air conditioning off. Right, thank you. Get those masks to anyone who has to stay inside. Where's Mrs. Pringle?
H block, I think.
Back in line and stop that. Just start her there. Marty. Lornaton. Dizzy. Right,
What's going on?
Some sort of gas. We've turned the air conditioning off, but I think it should be put on reverse cycle. Would you do that? Put on a mask first, please. Marty, check and see who's still inside. Quite a few.
All right.
Put on your mask.
I need you, Cat! 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 Where are you? No! Stay away from me!
It's me, Rita. I don't pass that too.
What do you mean? No, I don't like it!
Put it on!
What do we want, Cat?
Listen, if you want to look for cash, you're going to have to put it on. Now, here. Put your hands out of the way.
I want to put it on.
No, you keep it on, okay? Now, you look down that corridor, and I'll look down this one.
Quiet, Jones! Get back to your section!
Oh, Mr. Jackson.
Here, put that on.
No, look out for the grate.
Tony, put that on. Come on.
About boom. Not bad. Not bad at all. You're not quite good enough. Come on, Alex. Now you better start telling me what's really going on. Fast!
Jeez, I feel crook.
Oh, you're not the only one, so shut up.
Well, what do you reckon it was about?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out.
No,
I'm
sure.
safe with this mother and been shot for
Just the
life.
holes there.
How are they?
Better shape than this lot.
Check on the ones who are still missing.
Right.
Ferguson, have you seen Mel anywhere?
No, she might be out through the kitchen, though. There's a crowd there.
No, I told her to wait in reception.
Wait a minute, I did see her. Well, she'll be out here somewhere.
She's not. I've looked everywhere for
Looking
her.
for Looney?
Yes.
She went inside after you. Always thought she was crazy.
Hey, where do you think you're going?
Look, I have to find her. She'll be frightened.
Nobody goes inside, Maxwell. Governor's orders.
Oh, relax. She'll be fine. Your favourite pikey's gone in after her.
You try that again and you don't break your leg, I'll break your bloody arms. Now get on with it. No, you don't.
I'm not hanging around for a bloody
You don't hang around if I say you hang around. If anyone had died because of this
Oh,
case,
no one will die from that stuff.
how would you bloody know? We're not all sweet 16 and fit as a Mallee bull. There are some oldies in here who are living for one thing, to get out. And no jumped up a little
black bitch.
Black's your problem, lady, not mine.
Well done, Rita. Is she all right?
Yeah, she'll be fine, Mr. Jackson.
We'll take her out the kitchen exit. It'll be quicker.
Okay.
Where did Mel get to?
Oh, gee, I don't know, Mr. Jackson. I heard Sarah coughing.
Yeah,
and
okay, you did well. Don't worry, I'll find
Okay.
her.
She had a mask on. She was looking for Cass.
I just set Sarah outside.
Okay. Oh, you little wildcat. Not finished with you yet. And if you tell anyone what you did, I will break your bloody arms. So get in there.
Maxwell, come here and give me a hand. Come on, that's it. Get up. Oh, Mom! Into your lunch. Oh, really quick. Take it. Take it.
Cat! I thought I'd lost you.
Lay down here. Oxygen.
Dad, I was that frightened I couldn't find you nowhere.
Yeah, I was worried too. They wouldn't let me go back inside.
It's all right.
You're a good girl for bringing Lisa out.
Well done, Merle. You probably saved Lisa's life. I'm very proud of you.
That's all right, but she's heavy.
Where'd you find her?
In her cell. I nearly missed her, and her door was sort of half closed, and I went in. She was behind it.
You did very well, Merle. Thank you. I wonder how long she'll be trying to call for help.
Get to the bottom of this gas business if it's the last thing I do.
There'll be a change. Come on.
Great. How to get a whole prison without even trying.
Sister Hall's got it all under control up there.
How's Mullins?
Improving. She'll be okay. If you hadn't turned that air conditioning on to reverse cycle, though, you could have been in real trouble.
Thank you for your help.
No worries. All in a day's work.
Yes. Well, today's not over yet.
Hydrochloric acid, eh? It's different.
Could also have been lethal.
They found the evidence.
Marty was dismantled, of course, but obviously left there for one of us to find.
Still doesn't help us much, though, does it?
At least it gives us something to work on, Miss Ferguson.
Yes, well, I'd get to work on it pretty smart if I were you. The minister's going to want results on this one. The press are onto it already, and I can just see the headlines.
Don't worry, Miss Ferguson. The minister won't be disappointed.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Incidentally, I'm already into a double shift. Shall I continue?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind, I'd be grateful. Joyce Pringle is still not well, and I think she should go home.
Yes, well, under the circumstances, she wouldn't be much use, so I'll tell her.
Miss Ferguson, would you see that the women who aren't hospitalized assemble in the rec room?
It's already done.
Rita, where on earth have you been? We've been so worried about you.
And how come you look so good when I feel so crook?
No probs, I had a mask.
Lucky bugger. Gee, I don't think I'll get through the night.
Oh, don't worry. Lurch some of Merv's food and you'll be right.
Oh, that's not funny.
Listen, what about our Merle?
Yeah, good old Jonesy. She did all right, eh?
Have you heard how Lisa is?
Yeah, well, what caused it?
We're just about to.
Yeah.
Quiet, everybody. The governor wants to talk to you.
Oh, Reno looks like she means business.
Quiet, Connors.
The chlorine gas, which has affected you all and could quite easily have been lethal for some of you, was placed in an air conditioning duct quite deliberately. Who was responsible, I have yet to find out, but find out I will. I don't care how long it takes me. I will question you all one by one, round the clock if necessary. There will be no privileges whatsoever. No visits, no telephone calls, no papers, no mail, no rec room, no shop. Thank you, Miss Ferguson. Would you and Mr. Jackson get the back?
I did it, and I didn't need anyone to help me. I told you I did it, and I'd do it again. What else do you need to know? Why, Sarah, why? That's what I need to know. You can't work that out for yourself. You're a stupid.
That's enough.
You're not here because a judge didn't like the colour of your skin, you know. You broke the law. Oh, whose law? Sarah, for heaven's sake. You're intelligent, educated... Oh, that's been tried before, too.
This is getting us nowhere. Naturally, you'll have to be punished for what you did this afternoon, but also, and more importantly, we cannot let you go back with the women because your life could be in danger. Take her to isolation, please.
Come on.
We're wasting our time, and I nearly blew it.
She can certainly get you going. Who was telling who not to get involved?
I deserve it, but please don't rub it in.
Oh, I know how you feel. I feel the same way. I can only lock her up by herself for so long, and that's not going to help anything anyway.
No, it will only feed the hatred in her, and she'll come out fighting worse than before.
And she'll end up in Blackmore.
Heaven forbid.
Oh, dear, that doesn't sound too healthy. Are you sure you didn't inhale too much gas outside?
No, I'm fine, but I think this coffee could be lethal. It tastes like coal dust.
I won't keep you long. I just want to congratulate you all on your efficiency in evacuating the prison this afternoon. I think it could have been a lot more serious if it hadn't been for your efforts, especially Marty and Joyce.
Well, don't forget Merle. Mullins could have been finished if she hadn't found her.
Yes, she was wonderful.
Oh, how is Lisa?
She'll be all right. She's being returned to the other women. That should keep them quiet.
I'll let you know. I'm on duty in the dining room.
And thank you again.
Any instructions on handling West?
Yes, she's in isolation and she's to be treated the same as anyone else when she's released.
If there weren't so few black prisoners, she might feel more at home. It must be awful being the odd one out.
The trouble is, the problem really lies with her. If she realised they're not all as bad as Simpson, she might make some friends.
Well, she's made some enemies now. There'll be hell to pay when she goes back to the other women.
Might knock some sense into her.
Oh, come on, the poor thing.
The poor thing has to learn to coexist with the other women. That's what we're trying to change, not the fact that she's black.
Oh, God, my head's killing me. I'd like to give Sarah a good thumping. I don't think that'll do any good at all. I mean, I felt so sorry for the girl. Try and poison us all. We'd have been better off doing cookery classes rather than chemistry. I mean, they don't know how to handle it.
Don't get on that bike, Laurie, or I'll do you, so help me. She owned up, didn't she? That took guts. Hi, Lisa. How are you? Okay, you? Not sick or anything?
Thank you for saving my life. I will never forget what you did for me today. I will be grateful to you always.
Oh, it wasn't nothing.
3 cheers for our Captain Marvellous. Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hip, hooray! Hip, hooray!
Bloody wonderful, but what are we going to do about the black bitch?
Right, she could have killed us all today.
Yeah, I reckon as soon as we get our hands on her, we should have a lynching party.
Shut up, the lot of you. It's not as if she didn't have any scores to settle.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about you, Spider.
I didn't try to kill the bitch.
What's the top dog to do about this?
Oh, yeah, well, shut up and I'll tell you. Of course she deserved to be punished for what she done. Well, it didn't do none of us no good. But while I'm top dog, there'll be no killing. No way. So just sit down and eat your tea.
Good advice, Alice. So calm down, everyone, and get on with your meal, or else I'll report this incident to the governor.
I bet you he does anyway.
I've got to get away from this.
Scum! Top dog, what a joke! Ball lover!
Fred Merv's lost me too. See you.
You're right, Alice. She does deserve to be punished. I mean, what are you going to do?
Oh, well, leave it with me. You'll see.
Miss Spider. Hang on a tick.
Now, why would I want to talk to you?
Because I've got a business proposition for you.
Oh, yeah.
I want to hire your key and your knife. How much?
For how long?
Just tonight.
Yeah? Well, if you want it for what I think you want it for, there's no charge. In the shower just before lockup.
Finished. Do you want to read it? Pamela, here. I'm talking to you.
Sorry. Just looking out there made me feel so sad. There's a great big world out there, and it's not all bad. There's so many things she could be doing, positive things. She's intelligent, well-educated.
And she's letting her hate destroy her. I know. Want a drink?
Why not?
I'm going to arrange for a psychiatrist to see him.
No, I'm against that. I've had dealings with quite a lot of activist groups, and I've met a few Sarahs. They all follow a pattern. They're hot-headed, idealistic, and they all refuse to listen to reason.
She must have had some breakthroughs along the line.
I would have given up a long time ago if I hadn't.
It's obviously an act of retaliation.
For the whiting, of course, but she wouldn't admit it. If I could have only got her to admit it.
Could have been the beginning of a breakthrough, yes.
At the moment, she's torn between two cultures, and she doesn't belong anywhere. Oh, come on, let's get going. I'm beginning to feel that we're in isolation, too.
Want to read my report?
No. I know, as usual, you've fallen over backwards to be fair.
Mrs. Reynolds looked really exhausted when she left, didn't she?
Yes, but she wasn't the only one.
Sorry, I'd forgotten you've worked a double shift as well.
Their timing was impeccable, as usual.
Look, I'll do lock up by myself, if you like.
No need. You had quite a busy afternoon yourself.
Yes, it was a bit hectic there for a while.
And if you hadn't broken out the tear gas equipment as quickly as you did, things would have been a lot more serious. All round, it was a very good performance.
Thanks, Miss Ferguson. It means a lot to me.
Navy taught you to be decisive, eh?
Among other things.
In fact, this afternoon I thought we'd make a decent officer of you yet.
Certainly hope so.
Providing you can curb your tendency to mollycoddle the women.
I'm working on it.
Yes, well, maybe next week I can divide the workload a little more evenly.
Yeah, especially for you. You must have heaps to do in your new flat. Someone told me you were redecorating.
What I do in my off-duty time, Mr. Jackson, is my business and nobody else's. Continue with lockup.
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
Lock-up time, Simpson. Hope you won't be too lonely tonight.
Oh, you're joking. Getting Sambo chucked out of here was the best thing I ever did.
Oh, but she'll be back, and then you'd better watch your step with her because I'll be watching you.
Well, if they ever put that abo in with me again, I'm going to protest to the PRG.
You just mind your language. But then you wouldn't know any better, would you? Once a gutter snipe, always a gutter snipe.
I know me rights, Miss Ferguson, and if I want to complain, I will.
Oh, you're going to complain about the shop too? That's going to clip your wings, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I don't reckon it'll go through. Reno nearly canned it tonight. They'll stuff it up, you'll see.
Wrong, because I'll be around to see that they don't. Stuff it up.
Hey, look. Hey. I'm a businesswoman. How much would it be worth?
I wouldn't touch your dirty money, Simpson. How much did you get for that leak on Mullen's boyfriend? Mr. Big, I believe they call him, is really loaded.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
That's strange. I heard the Glover's team trace that leak right back to you.
That's a filthy, rotten lie.
Of course it is. And I'll ask the other women about it too. I just know they'll vouch for your integrity.
Okay, how much to keep you quiet?
Oh, money isn't everything, Simpson. Let's just say you owe me a favour, and I'll let you know when I want it.
We've got some unfinished business to do. Now, you better listen to what I'm going to say, because I'm only going to say it once. There are a bunch of women down there who want your blood, and getting yourself put into isolation isn't going to save you. I'm here, aren't I? Now, we're all in here because we broke the law. Why we did doesn't enter into it, but we all have to live together, and we do that by sticking to the rules. Rule number 1, you don't lag. Rule number 2, if you've got a score to settle with someone, you settle it 1-to-1. You don't make the whole prison suffer because you and some other bitch hate each other's guts. But don't let there be a next time. You're the same as us. You're one of us. Look, it's the same colour. It's exactly the same. You might want to be different, but you're not. So grow up, damn you.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the rose